Hey guys, welcome to my first tier maker video here. Today I'm going to do a Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time video tier list. Here it looks like we've got all the dungeons from Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. They're kind of out of order it looks like, but that's okay. I've kind of memorized them in what order they should be in, so that's fine. Yeah, so this should be an interesting one. Let's go ahead and get started with this here. First dungeon here, of course, is going to be inside the Deku Tree. And I am going to give that a... Oh, B or a C? It's really hard to decide. I'll give it a C tier. Inside the Deku Tree is really a great dungeon. It's a great intro dungeon. It really gets your foot up, gets you started and moving in the right direction. All in all, it's not bad. It's very atmospheric. I love the boss Goma. It's a good dungeon. It's just not. There's just so many other dungeons that are better than it. But yeah, I mean, it's a great dungeon. Can't complain. Next we have Dodongo's Cavern, and Dodongo's Cavern I'm gonna give a B tier actually. I'm really fond of this dungeon. I have a lot of nostalgia for this one from my childhood. It's a great one. I think. It's very atmospheric. I love the whole theme of it. You're in this cavern and it's got the huge skull of the dead Dodongo on the wall. That's pretty awesome. It's got lava. It's got the Lizalfos. I mean, it's a good dungeon. Boss is good. I love the boss. Boss is probably a little bit too easy, but what can you do? But yeah, Dodongo's Cavern, definitely love it. Got to give it a B tier. Okay, Jabbas Belly I think is also going to get a C tier for me. I just think that Princess Ruto is just so annoying for me. I don't know. I remember this dungeon being really frustrating as a kid. All in all, it's not bad. I like this set piece that you're inside this giant fish. It's pretty cool. It's pretty novel. Yeah, it's not bad. It's just not one of my favorites. I don't know. I think it definitely deserves a C rank. It's an okay dungeon, but there are just so many better ones later in the game. With that being said, that brings us to the... Where is it here? The Forest Temple. And the Forest Temple is definitely, without a doubt, an S tier temple. This is a really beloved temple. The atmosphere is just insane in this temple. It's just creepy. It's in this old mansion. It's got all kinds of like twisted hallways, and it's got the dead hands. Absolutely love it. It's got Phantom Ganon, which is a really cool boss fight, one of my favorites in my opinion. Really enjoyed that one. Yeah, definitely a S tier dungeon. This is cream of the crop right here. Not my favorite, that's coming up, but it's one of the best, I think, for sure. Okay, moving on, we have the Fire Temple. Fire Temple is an A tier dungeon for me. Personally, I really like the Fire Temple. I love the music, the original one with the chanting in the background. That was awesome. I love that you're just going and saving the Gorons. That was pretty cool. It's just a solid dungeon. Really good. Really love the boss fight with Volgia, with the hammer. Yeah, that's definitely one of the most memorable boss fights in the game for sure. All in all, it's just a good dungeon, man. Definitely an A tier. I suppose next. Okay, so we have the Ice Caverns. Ice Caverns, I want to put them in D, but I think I'm going to give them a C. They're okay. Really forgettable, really short. Not really a true boss or anything. All in all, not bad. Definitely not worthy of anything higher than a C, though, for sure. Yeah, so that's really all there is to say about the water dungeon. Or not the water temple, but the Ice Caverns. Next up, we have the Water Temple, though. The Water Temple, I would almost, personally for me, it'd be an A, but I know a lot of people hate it. So I'm going to give it a B tier. Yeah, like I said, personally, I really enjoy the Water Temple. I have really fond memories of it. I don't think it was too difficult. It was a lot harder back when I was a kid, but now as an adult, it doesn't seem too challenging. And on top of that, the 3DS version they fixed a lot of stuff, and it just makes it almost too easy, I think. I prefer the N64 version. I love the Dark Link battle. The Dark Link battle is just awesome. That really did it for me. I think Water Temple for me would be an A personally, but I'm gonna give it a B just because I know how hated it is in the community. Moving on, we have the Bottom of the Well. Bottom of the Well is A tier. I love Bottom of the Well. It's just the whole experience, man. When you get down there and you first see Dead Hand, it's just creepy as hell. The whole thing is creepy as hell. Like when you first get to the bottom of the well, you got like dead skeletons laying down there talking to Navi, and yeah, I don't know, it's a trip, man. Bottom of the well, definitely A tier. And that brings me to probably my favorite dungeon in the whole game, which is the Shadow Temple. For me, Shadow Temple gets S tier for sure. You know, everything about it just oozes atmosphere. The music, you get to fight Dead Hand again. It's got that creepy boat. It's got Bongo Bongo. It's got everything, man. This to me like defines what an Ocarina of Time dungeon is. It's just perfect. So yeah, Shadow Temple is definitely getting the S tier. Next up, we have Gerudo Training Grounds, I guess. I think that's what this is, and that I'm giving a D tier. That's the one and only D tier. Gerudo Training Grounds to me is just, it's just so forgettable. Nothing really exciting going on there that I can recall anyways. Yeah, I didn't find it too enjoyable. So D tier for that one, for me. Okay, next up we have Spirit Temple, and I love me some Spirit Temple. Spirit Temple's also an A tier dungeon, I think. Yeah, Spirit Temple's just amazing. I love the whole concept of going back in time as a kid and then coming back as an adult and finishing up the rest of the dungeon. The boss, Twinrova, was awesome. One of the best bosses in the game, probably. I would have to say. Anyways, I loved it. I love the music. I love the desert theme, and it's just a great temple. So many unique animals. So many unique enemies. I definitely think this is worthy of the A tier title. Last but not least, we have Ganons Castle, and that's also an A tier for me. I would almost put it S tier. I'm tempted to put it S tier. I don't know. S tier is just the cream of the crop. I'm gonna Ganons Castle. It's so hard to decide. I'm gonna have to leave it an A tier, I think. The reason being is I think the Shadow Temple and the Forest Temple were just a cut above it, but Ganons Castle is excellent, man. Let me tell you, it's just a huge culmination of everything you've learned to the game up to this point. You know, you got the 4 different sections you go into, and then you go up to the top of the tower, and you finally take on Ganon. And the fight is just epic. You duke it out with him, and you think you beat him, and then he comes back and he starts tearing down the whole castle, and you gotta escape, and it's just awesome. Yeah, I mean, words can't do it justice. And then when you get down, you know, when you finally get to the bottom, you face Ganon again in his demon form, and yeah, you kick his ass and shove your sword through his head. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Ganon's Castle, definitely an A tier, maybe an S tier. I think for me, I'm going with A tier, but all at the end of the day, it's really good experience. So yeah, that's it, guys. That's my Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time tier list here. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know, are the S tier dungeons worthy of S tier? I think they are. And it was like too harsh on other dungeons, like maybe, you know, the Ice Caves and Gerudo Training Ground. Yeah, let me know in the comments below. And anyways, that's it, guys. Peace.